Are you a big fan of classic ales and lagers? Then you need to check out Western Red Brewing. I'm Lee with Veterans Lending Group Kitsap, and if you've not checked out Western Red Brewing, it is one of the best breweries in Poulsbo. Now, there are a lot of great breweries here in Poulsbo, but let's go into what makes this place so special. So I have my friend and real estate agent, Bree Kerner with KW West Sound here with me today. Bree, what can you tell us about this place?
Absolutely. They are located here just 2 minutes from the downtown Poulsbo waterfront.
Oh, okay.
And they are about 25 minutes north of both Bremerton and Silverdale.
Not too bad.
And you can also get here by ferry, about 40-minute ferry ride.
Yeah, if you're living across the water.
Yeah,
okay.
From both Kingston and Bay Bridge.
How far is it from those ferry terminals to get here?
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
And then a car ride.
Okay, gotcha. So 20-minute car ride, 20, 25, 35-minute ferry, depending on which ferry you take. That's not too bad. We're inside right now to give you a preview of their beer and their space. So we're gonna go take a look around.
We're now here behind the bar with Denver, one of the founders and one of the owners of Western Red Brewery, where we will be hosting the VA Boot Camp in January 2023 in their event space in the back. So upon walking in, I felt right at home, definitely with the gnomes and the decor. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, so this for us is a blast from the past, so to speak. We took what we were doing in the past and brought it to what we're doing now. We were loggers. We have a long history of that in our family. We've been at least 4 generations that I know of. My great-grandfather and grandfather before him. So this was really a way to take our family heritage that we were essentially leaving behind and bring it forward. So when I walk in here, I don't feel like I left.
Yeah.
It's just a new phase.
Okay. So just a lot of memories, a lot of kind of flashbacks that you have to some really good times.
Yeah, and even from bringing the tools that we actually used.
Okay.
Most of the things in here are things that somebody in my family or friends have used. It's been a really big history or part of our history that we have just enjoyed, and brings that warmth home feeling because it is home to us.
Wow, that's amazing.
Love that.
So how do you guys get your start here, and how long have you guys been here?
Well, we've been operating here for about 6 years open now. But how did we get our start in brewing was really from sitting at other tap rooms, enjoying craft beer, and really asking the question of, well, how did they do that? Why is that beer light? Why is that beer dark? Why is that beer hoppy? And it came from really curiosity, trying to figure it out. My dad and I started home brewing together probably 15 years ago. Most brewers would laugh at me and tell me that you went from something to this because it was easier. Well, most brewers think this is really hard work. But when you come from logging, this is easy. So it was a need for us to be out of the business that we were in. Physically, we couldn't handle it anymore.
What was the next step?
So we've always owned our own business. My whole family, for generations, we've been business owners.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, okay, this is fun.
So the spirit of entrepreneurial just transferred into the idea.
Absolutely. It was just taking something else we were enjoying and doing and figuring out how to make money on it and how to be part of the community with it. Loggers are always a big part of the community. There's not a lot of businesses that are, and brewing was one that was.
Wow.
The brewing community is huge. So we really wanted to not just leave the physical side and completely change, but we still wanted the essence of what we were doing.
Wow.
And brewing does that. It brings us family, it brings us community, it brings everybody closer. And we found that in logging through all the things we've done. So it just kind of natural transition.
So now that we got the really great backstory, the feel of this place, and how you want people to feel when they come in here, so let's go straight into your beers. So tell us about what you guys are best known for, what types of beers you guys like to brew. I just don't understand some classic ales and lagers, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. So when we started into this, we did not want to have all the newest, latest, greatest fad beers with some strange ingredients. We were classic beer drinkers, so we tended towards that classic beer.
I see.
Clean, crisp styles. We were most known for our dark beers as we started because that's what we drank. We drank a lot of dark beers, and not everybody was offering them.
I mean, that's generally how I like my beers, is darkers, basically ambers or dark beers is generally what I like.
Sure.
So I usually gravitate toward those types of beers. So what do you have for us today, as far as, because we have wine and we have beers here too. So tell us about for the non-drinkers of beer who don't like beer as much, and to each his own. But tell us about your best sellers and what people tend to gravitate toward most.
So absolutely. So one of the things that we started off with, our first beer is our Springboard Kolsch, which is a German style, very well selling. We really focused on this, even though we were dark beer drinkers. We focused on that beer because it is so, here, this number one. It is so hard to brew that very, very well, and to the old style. It will really stretch you as a brewer. So we've worked hard on it. Our next one is our Single Buck IPA. That is just a classic West Coast style. It's that American IPA. It's what basically set the IPA craze in the whole country, really.
It's kind of if you're not cool, you don't drink IPAs. It basically, that's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Clear Cut, right?
Yeah. So our Clear Cut is one of the new styles that we actually are embracing. It is a morph of that classic IPA and a classic lager.
Then we have the Little Tugger?
Yeah, so number 4 there is our Little Tugger. That is truly an American lager classic. Crystal clear, easy drinking, no big, it's what everybody expects when they're going to grab that Coors, the Bud, the whatever, that they're used to that. This is my version of that. It's a light American lager that
is crispy.
Yeah, just easy drinking.
Okay, we have a stout coming up.
This is the beer that I brewed for me. This is my favorite beer, my recipe. I could have cared less if anybody else drank it.
This is your beer? Am I allowed to do this?
Yeah, no.
Right, cool.
It was my passion. This is what I will look for when I grab a beer. It's a lot of
chocolatey smell. Is that what I'm supposed to
you're gonna pick up some chocolate notes. You're gonna pick up some coffee notes as you drink it. Not as much on the nose. It's a lot of fun. It's also a 10% beer.
Yeah.
So it's not something you want to have a ton of. It's my version of a nightcap. You know, instead of pouring a little scotch or whiskey, that's what I'm going for.
I definitely think that one could turn me into a beer drinker.
Oh, there we go.
It's a lot of fun. It is for sure.
Speaking to that, now we have wines which are from Nguyen.
So this is State 42 wines. And on the same board, we also have bushel and barrel ciders.
Gotcha.
So we try and strive for a little bit for everyone, from non-alcoholic beverages, beer, wine, ciders. But we've also, back to that community, we really like to partner with local and craft. So State 42 is just down here in Poulsbo, right off of Front Street. Bushel and Barrel is just out here off of Highway 3. And they've done a really nice job of putting together, we have State 42's red wines on this board. Awesome. We have a Syrah, a Merlot, and a red blend that we have done very well with. People really like it.
Bree, you're a huge wine drinker, so are you familiar with State 42 at all?
Vaguely familiar. I have to stop in there more often, it sounds like.
Sounds good. So tell us about the ciders. Is it Bushel and Barrel, right?
Yeah, Bushel and Barrel. Joel and Melissa are great. They are over here on Highway 3. They just opened their own tap room. But since day one we've opened here, we've had 2 designated cider taps.
Nice.
And they have been such a great partnership with all the things we've done. They also keep our beer on tap most of the times at their place.
Well, Denver, what else can you tell about this? Tell us about this place. What you over the last 6 years, right? Tell us what else you guys got going on. What's the next step for you guys and all that?
Yeah, so we're working on working into more IPAs because definitely the market demand is there, but being very careful to not jump into fad styles. You had my Clear Cut, which is a cold IPA. It is a fairly new style, but I really felt like that's going to have staying power. It's
more
real
authentic to your style, right?
Absolutely. We're looking at the newer hops all the time, but at the same time, we're also trying to improve on all of the dark beer styles that we do. We do quite a few of different dark beers. We're always looking to make the best beer possible.
That's great. Yeah. Well, Denver, thank you so much for your time and being with us in this video. And we hope that you guys have continued success, and hopefully this attracts more people to come to your establishment. So thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Bree.
We hope you enjoyed learning about Western Red Brewery and how they came to be. When you first walk in, you'll feel at home with their traditional logging feel in the Norwegian background. And then you'll get to enjoy their classic ales and lagers.
Also, on January 14th in 2023, we're going to be teaching a VA Home Loan Boot Camp here in the event space in the back. What the class is for military and veteran families looking to learn more about how their VA home loan works, what it is, and how to get started. Now, if you can't make it to this event, still stop by this place and really enjoy the decor and the awesome beer that they provide. Again, this is really meant for those who like dark beers, like reds or ambers or darker. And if you're not that into beer, you can definitely try some of their wines or even the ciders they have on tap. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys have any other questions, let us know. Click the subscribe button to see more videos later on. See you guys soon.